Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I have a review of the Star Wars Return of the Jedi Y-Wing fighter vehicle. It is a Toys R Us exclusive and I think it was from 2012. It did not come with the R5 droid, nor did it come with any kind of figure, but I have here alongside it the Y-Wing fighter and R5 unit from the Battle of Indoor Set 1 of 2. And the guy's name, I'm not going to be able to pronounce it properly, but Akalark Young, and sorry for the mispronunciation or anything like that, but it's a pretty cool character. It basically, we'll put him to the side for the moment and show off the vehicle, which is pretty much why I, have this titled Y-Wing Fighter review. Anyhow, check it out. This has got a nice little paint job, but let's start from the front. You see the carbon scoring on the laser tips of the cannons. On the cannon laser tips, there's some carbon scoring there, and the turret rotates like this, slightly goes up and down, a little limited. Cockpit comes open. It has the viewfinder. And here I'll get really close up and nice detailed pictures. And then the cockpit is actually really nice. I'm really impressed with the way they did the cockpit. Let me see how close I can get this. Okay, here we have an up close of the cockpit, and you can see how nice it is. It's all painted in, no stickers. Here are the handles, little paint on there. Here is the viewfinder and some buttons. It's pretty cool because that's what the interface looked like when they were going down the Death Star trench in the first movie. Anyhow, and you have the side panels in here, painted in, really nice, very well. And then you have the viewfinder, or whatever it's called, the targeting system. Stay on target. Right there, goes in and out. And you know what? Let's see the figure. And here he is. I just dropped the weapon. Okay, so you have to cram the figure in there a little bit, but with a little bit of adjustments, you get him to fit. As you can see, he fits in there pretty nicely. The R5 droid, not so much, because probably of the centerpiece, which I don't think comes off. So it kind of sits up a little bit. And then this piece, the targeting headpiece, kind of droops down towards his mouth when he's sitting in here. But hey, soft plastic. That's probably my big concern. And here's one of the problems I had. Actually, let me show you here. Hold on. Okay, here we go. One of the problems I have with this soft plastic is that the vehicle itself does seem to have trouble long-term wise staying up in its locked position. Locked meaning the landing gear. It's such a soft plastic that over time it just gives way. The weight of the actual Y-Wing gives way, so it kind of drops, and I'll kind of speed up the process, I guess, here, but it's gonna make me out to be a liar. It's gonna make me out to be a liar, but it kind of dropped right there. But as you can see, maybe if I push down a little bit, see, this side's not so bad. It's usually the right side, but I'm always having to pull these out, or I'm gonna have to put a shimmy in there to keep this from coming down. So it's just because of the type of plastic. And here goes the missile. And since we're in this position, the button behind this R5 droid will drop the missile. So as you can see here, some of the details of the back end where the thrusters are. Okay, back here we look at the thrusters, and you can see that there is a orange paint on the inside. Gives it a nice little touch, and it also has a scoring right here from the exhaust. I kept these little things on here. This came with the packaging. I just kept them on there. And so that's a little bit different than from the new one from '83, the original. The new one, I mean the old one from '83, which I will compare right now. There we have the 1983 Y-Wing to the left, comparison to the Return of the Jedi Y-Wing from 2012. And as fate would have it, I was going to talk highly of the landing gear on the '83 model I've had since childhood, and the landing gear gives out, so there goes the one on the right. See, that was the flaw with the soft plastic on the right. You just saw it right there, how it gave its own weight. Just was too much for the landing gear to bear. But at least this one lasted, the one on the left here lasted up until today. So we're talking 31 years that the landing gear on this one lasted. So I'll just have to open her up and check the springing and clean her out. I got to do that anyways because I have battery acid that leaked out on the bottom. Shame on me, right? So here's the old one. It's dirty and filthy. I need to clean her up. And then here's this one. So it's the same mold, but this is just a harder plastic. And the landing, not only the landing gear is superior in this one, but I would give the cockpit details to that on the right. And you can see here the cockpit of the older version is all stickers, which is still good. The stickers are on there, as you can see. Have stickers up here. I think that's an addition that I put on. So, I mean, it still sticks on there, but I like the paint version, and it, you know, it's still good for the time. And I wish that my electronics still work, because this turret, at the push of a button back here, turns around. That's its special gimmick. I lost the landing gear, and you can see the corrosion on here from my, I guess you could say, lack of nurturing this thing. But I evidently left a battery in there in my childhood, so I got to clean that out. Oof, shame on me. But that's the old one. This is the new one. Let's take a look at the character real quick. Okay, so here we have with the character, the pilot, helmet, real nice detail. You can see the paint here, and helmet comes off. 360 rotation for the head. Not so much, the neck doesn't move up, down too much, but rotation at the shoulders, 360 degrees, lateral raise is really nice, and you have rotation at the forearm, 360, elbow, articulation, and hip, leg goes up pretty good, not to the side. At the knee you have the articulation, but be careful because you don't want it to stick, which is kind of a problem with a lot of these characters. The articulation at the ankle is there, up and down, all around, 360 degrees. So the articulation is pretty nice compared to a lot of the older figures, especially the Revenge of the Sith figures. I was not impressed with their articulation. But then another hose goes in here on the side. I had to take it out to put him into the Y-Wing canopy. And then of course he has a blaster pistol. So there he is. I will include pictures of him for better detail without my yapping at the end. And then let's get to the R5 droid. The R5 droid is pretty nice as well. Nice and plain, that is. He's just gray, several different gray tones, and he's got the clicking head. The antenna just stays there. Pretty much no lights, no bright lights or anything like that for blinking. His little foot here, ankle's got articulation. This appears to come off. Oh, okay. Comes off but does not retreat into the body. So there's a little R5 droid, just plain, you know, simple. So there you have it. I will go ahead and take some pictures for some better details to conclude this video. Hey, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. I have a tremendous amount of vehicles that I have to review left. So thanks again, and take care. Later.